Hello and welcome to Wildcard from MUNPR, our new interview podcast coming from our studio at number 205 HSS Tower, right to your ears. I'm your host, Caleb Lance, and my guest today is a newcomer to our club who's already made quite the name for herself. Calli Collins is a first-year finance major from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and before coming to UTK MUN, she spent 3 years doing MUN at Siegel High School, but she has the passion of somebody who's done it as long as me. While in Siegel MUN, she spent a year as their social media chair, traveled halfway across the state to staff Alt-MUN, and helped start Siegel's inaugural conference last year. Calli is an exceptionally rare individual, as she already has more experience staffing a collegiate conference than some of our most senior members, and she only started college 2 weeks ago. Calli, welcome to the show.
Woohoo! Yes! My name is Calli Collins.
Indeed. All right. So if you're, I'm not going to reiterate how the interview will go. If you're curious about how the questions work, you can go back and listen to the interview with Jack Oliphant, about probably 60 seconds, and I cover the rules. The gist is 3 rounds, 3 questions in each round, and then there's a prize at the end. All right. And I might interject questions specific to you throughout. All right. First up, why do you want to be membership chair?
All right. So, starting off pretty formal here. You know, small town girl from Murfreesboro. Small town girl coming to the Big Apple of UTK. You know, I come to the interest meeting. I've known about Volmun from my Dolly committee, and I just can't help but be drawn back. So I come to my first interest meeting. I'm joining the group meet. I'm seeing, oh my gosh, these social dynamics in the Model UN group are so beautiful. And, you know, I can only wish to aspire to that level. And one thing about me is I just got to do it. And so for that reason, I chose myself and not by anybody else to apply for membership chair. And, you know, through this, I hope to learn more about, you know, what makes everybody have fun, what makes everybody want to be a member. I'm going to go ahead and say it myself. I think the one thing that draws me back is my lack of knowledge about the intersocial relationships within this group. But as I have said, that's what I want to learn more about. And I feel that I can leverage each of those abilities. I can leverage the satirical group me text. I can leverage true diplomacy in Model UN to create a super fun activity.
Yeah, awesome.
Yes.
So the membership chair is largely responsible for all of the club's social events and outing. What is one event or outing that the club has not done that you would organize if elected? And I've been here a while, so if you say something that we've done already, I'll let you know.
All right, I can definitely tell you something you haven't done. And this is something that I have done. So I'll be there to lead you guys through the way. Basically, it's called a lotion party. And basically what you do is you buy some Johnson's.
I have to say I'm concerned.
Don't be. Be inspired. That's definitely how I feel. So you buy Johnson's baby lotion because it's the best smelling. And I normally buy a big bottle, but if I don't have a ton of time, then I'll buy a smaller one. And what me and my friends do is we put our hands in the middle. And this is a moisturizing
I'm sure, yes.
Moisturizing and exfoliating activity.
Yeah, nobody leaves this party ashy.
Nobody. And I've only learned this from the greatest minds, which is why I feel comfortable sharing it here, because it is an okay thing. But I have to lead into it. So we put our hands together, then the entire bottle of lotion is dumped onto our hands. And because, you know, forced proximity is like a thing that makes people become friends, you just like kind of start like moisturizing it into your hands until all of the lotion is gone. And it does all disappear, depending on the vigorous, you know, amount that you're doing it, rubbing your hands together with your friends.
I feel that I probably should ask a follow-up on that, but I can't for the life of me think of one. All right, so on to the first personal question. Round 1 is memories. All right, we got 3 cards here, left, middle, and right.
Memories?
Yes.
That one.
Okay.
The one on the far left.
Yes. What is a place that feels sacred to you?
Probably the Rainforest Cafe.
a specific Rainforest Cafe or any location?
I've only been to the one in the Opry Mills, so I have to say that. And I have to say that I think I love it so much because of the theatrics that are involved. You know, you have the hippopotamus when you first walk in. You have, like, the speaking tree that looks like that one, like picture, you know? And then you have, like, the rain that comes with the rainforest. And obviously you have the lava cake, which I learned what a lava cake was when I was, like, really young, but I've never ordered it because I never thought I deserved it. And I think that about Rainforest Cafe just really speaks to who I am as a person. But further connecting this to MUN, because I am competing, I originally said the theatrics are what draw me in. And I think the theatrics are also what draw me into MUN. Because was I ever, you know, as knowledgeable of myself to where I was like, I need to join the theater? No. But I was willing to join MUN. And I think that MUN is a great way of getting your personality out. And you can do that through diplomacy, period.
Yeah, very, very well put. Okay, so do you think that being a first-year member of the club helps you or hurts you in this race?
What a great question. Well, because I'm a pretty humble person, I would say that it does maybe hurt me in this race. As I talked about earlier, you know, I'm not super knowledgeable of the social dynamics here, and to get a little vulnerable, that does make me insecure. Sorry. But for those reasons, I think that it just gives me even more of an incentive to wedge myself into this club and really get to know each and every person and, you know, each and every in and out of the club and all the lore that there is, because I have been paying attention. There is lore. The people have told me there is lore. And not only that, but I want to create some lore myself. On the other hand, I would say, since in the interest meeting, you know, there's a slide, if you're a first-year delegate, you know, maybe apply for this position, why not give it to a first-year delegate?
Oh, there you go.
But I will be willing to work for it.
All right. So why are you qualified to be membership chair?
All right. So, number one, I'm a great time. And I would love each and every one of you to experience my time. And I'd love to experience your time also. Number two, I'm just going to start with the biggest thing. Okay, Altman event coordinator. Let me just say, because I do speak well upon my past experiences, Altman is a beautiful, beautiful conference. And while, you know, death to everybody that is a UTK MUN, I would like to, I think it's given me some great assets. And one of those assets is that I planned the whole freaking delegate social at Altman. And the delegate social was a great time last year. Lauren Solomon, quote unquote, said, "We've never had so many people. It's never been so fun. I enjoyed it so much. You're so great. Calli Collins. You should be membership chair, Calli Collins." So basically what I did is I organized karaoke. I also organized World Leader Bingo.
There you go.
There's a game room, and through the delegate social, you know, I kind of like hovered everywhere, but I know where the party is. I was in the karaoke room, which, you know, different to past years, had some of me poured into it. I brought my own disco ball. I brought my own feather boas. You can go onto some of the Altman staff Instagram pages right now. Look at their profile pictures. What are they wearing? My boas.
Solid work. Yeah, certainly the energy we could use at our social.
Yes, and I can't help but add, I see myself in Volman too, because when we came here for the last conference, there was karaoke. I sang 9 to 5, and I just couldn't help but feel the connection. Also, Siegel Conference, there was no delegate social, so shouldn't bring that up. Should not.
Well, I'm sure the voters appreciate your honesty. So aside from the once a semester engagement fairs, which has already happened for the fall, UTK MUN is not particularly involved with the broader campus community. How would you better integrate us as membership chair into the wider university ecosystem?
What a great question. Now, I'm definitely going to have to, you know, take the diplomatic approach and say alliances. You know, sharing in funding, even if it doesn't mean giving any funding of our own. You know, even just a simple invitation to some clubs of some members of, mock trial. I think could be really helpful to, branch out, get people more in the know. I also think that my prior experience with social media via my personal Instagram, via Model UN Instagram, For Siegel, and AltMun, and also the time I spend on Reels. I think that knowledge that I have would be, very helpful in spreading the message of mine. A little viral dance, if you will.
Yeah, there you go. I'm not sure if he's still at the law school or not, but we used to have a former club president who was involved with mock trial, Grant Peterson, when he was at the law school. He might still be there. If he is, he would be a good person to reach out to for that.
I can't just say mock trial, because I am more than my mind. Even though that hurts me to say because I am so passionate, there unfortunately is me outside of mine, and one of those me's goes to dance cardio. And even though it's me outside of MUN, I still bring it with me. Mm-hmm. And I'm still diplomatic in the way that I move during dance cardio, and also dance cardio gives me an opportunity to meet a lot of new people, a lot of people who I would convince to just come to an interest meeting.
Yeah, definitely. I think MUN and dance cardio would be I would love to see that crossover. Hand in hand. All right, round 2, insights. Left, middle, or right?
Right.
Right. You're right? Okay.
I am not right.
What emotion do you understand better than all the others?
I'm gonna have to say hunger for this one.
I don't think that's an emotion. I think that's a sensation.
Definitely felt it as an emotion.
All right.
I mean, I could totally choose a different one. I'm super in touch.
Do you want to elaborate on that, or?
Oh, on hunger?
Sure.
I was trying to think of an actual emotion, but let me make my case for why hunger is an emotion. Sometimes you're walking around, you're walking up the hills of the UTK campus, you're like, my body's about to give out, I'm so freaking hungry. That's not how I feel. My body can withstand immense amounts of physical prowess, but my mind is another thing that is constantly hungry. I have never felt once full or satisfied personally. And for that reason, I'm applying for membership chair. It's not enough for me to just be a member, just compete in or contribute to a conference.
Very Hamilton-ish of you.
Oh my gosh. Thank you.
No problem. So you have been on the executive board of a Model UN club before. What is one lesson you learned working as part of Siegel's executive team that you would bring with you to the UTK MUN executive team?
What a great question. All right, for this one I'm going to have to say my ability to submit to those above me. Because, as I stated earlier, and I will elaborate again, I am able to make it more efficient for, people higher up around me. When I was applying for Volmun staff application, the first thing I read was special little guy, and the first vocabulary word that I read was Swiss Army knife, and I thought, oh my gosh, what could be a better word to describe, my true self? Swiss Army knife is a word that I use in my daily vocabulary because I am just so adaptable and so transferable. And adaptable and transferable makes for a really good follower. And even though I can follow and I can uplift, I can also take control and maybe give guidance where guidance is needed. But it's not something that I crave. And I think that, that allows me to look at those that I am serving and ask, what do you want?
Yeah, great. Awesome. So what do you think is your strongest quality as a candidate, and what do you think is your weakest?
My strongest quality is my passion for MUN. My strongest quality is my ability to have a good time. My strongest quality is my willingness to have a good time. I will make it happen. I would say my worst quality is how bad I want it. No. My worst quality is how little I know about MUN. And sometimes I am a little insecure, and sometimes I am worried what others think of me. But to flip that into something good, because I am so worried of what others think of me, it just gives me more of a willingness to validate them and validate their thoughts and say, I didn't think Calli was doing that good the other day, but I think since she thought that about me, now she's doing super good.
Yeah. I think people pleasing is definitely a useful skill set on the executive board.
Yes.
So, like with the event option, what is your best idea for a social theme we haven't done before? And again, if you name one we've done before you got here, I will let you know.
Best theme for a social event.
Yes.
Does this mean like
a party?
Any theme.
Any theme, as long as we haven't done it before.
You know, my mind is just stuck on lotion, but I would like to do. My mind is also getting stuck on what I was trying to think of my crisis ideas. And all I could think of when I was thinking of crisis ideas was all the delegates are like barnyard animals and we're all playing in the slop. And I think that would be so fun for a MUN event.
A slop social?
Yeah! Oh my gosh, yes! Yes. See, to the viewers listening.
I think they call them listeners.
Oh, right. To the listeners, I haven't thought or workshopped this idea prior to now, but that's just one of my skills, is that I'm adding and adding and adding on. So we could have different slop-themed foods, like, for example, tuna salad, potato salad. For those who don't like that stuff, you could just have like mush cereal. And for those who want some solid options, you can be the farmer.
You know, we certainly haven't done that before. I've got to give you credit there. That is.
Can I ask?
Yeah.
What have been some past themes?
It feels like every third party is either red flags or white lies. For the listeners, those were also both suggestions for the first social this year. They were shot down. You're welcome. Last year we did anything but a cup. We've done Hawaiian shirts before, Y2K. There was a psychedelic hippies one. One was pirates. And then, of course, we do a Halloween one every year. There are others, but that's all I can think of off the top of my head. I've been here for too long.
All right, I'd like to change my answer.
Okay.
I'm going to say something like Okay, two options, because I just can't help myself. One, lettuce.
Uh-huh.
This one it's more costly. You just bring in lettuce. Whoever has the nicest lettuce, maybe the best tasting lettuce, most crunchiest lettuce, is head lettuce.
Okay.
And then maybe it's like a thing that we carry on, and it's like a new MUN tradition. Number two, somebody mentioned dinosaurs in the group me the other day. Something dinosaur themed. Just watched the new Rebirth Jurassic World. It was really good. So
awesome.
Maybe we just watch all of them. And there's always karaoke.
Yeah, karaoke will be making an appearance at the slot party, I'm sure.
Or like a lip sync battle.
Oh, there you go. All right. Last question. Round 3, beliefs. All right. Left, middle, or right?
Left.
What is your best defense against despair?
That's good. You know, I don't really have a defense against despair because, as I said before, I'm kind of a people pleaser and I'm pretty insecure. So I think my best defense against despair is that, you know, sometimes I'm willing to feel the burn to get through the fire.
Yeah.
I can elaborate more.
Yeah, if you want. I think that's a good answer. Well, congratulations, Calli. You've won the game. We end the show the same way every time, with a trip in our memory time machine. Now, this is very simple. First, close your eyes.
Wait.
Uh-huh.
Did I skip all my chances to use my skip and my flip?
You did.
Oh my god.
That's the exact same thing that happened to the guy just before you. He realized it at the same time.
I didn't even know.
Well, too late now. I'm sure somebody will ask it. All right. Now, the memory time machine can take you back to any moment in your life. It's not a moment you want to change anything about, just somewhere you'd like to linger a little longer. It could be absolutely anything at all. There is no wrong answer. What memory do you choose?
Ooh, just had to bask in it a little longer because it's that good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe your first lotion party?
Ooh, close. My memory that I'd like to bask in is I'm pretty active on a website called AO3.
Oh, God. Yeah? Uh-huh.
And anyways, I'm pretty active on that site, and I participate in some reading, I participate in some writing.
Of
so
course.
what? Of course. Moonlight on the River, it was called, by a beautiful author whose face I don't know, because it is only text, it is only words. It is 3 Harry Potter books.
In length, or like that's the...
In length.
Okay.
It's not Harry Potter.
Okay.
God, no. And it was just a really beautiful story on how people on 2 opposite ends of the spectrum both die in the end. And I think anyways, my memory is I'd like to read it back again.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, definitely not the worst answer. Would you like to share with the listeners what it was, if not Harry Potter? You don't have to.
Yeah, it was Jujutsu Kaisen, but they were like set in the universe of come on, well, Brokeback Mountain. Okay, sorry. That's
incredible. I could not possibly imagine a better answer to that question.
One was an outlaw and one was like a doctor.
Incredible work. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show, Calli. I had a wonderful time. Just before we go, you've got the next 45 seconds to say whatever you want to the voters. The floor is yours.
All right, on my notes app, here's my platform slogan. Calli for karaoke, Calli for a good time. For the love of Mun, choose Calli Collins. Also, Calli Collins feels joy and whimsy. I also talked about karaoke. I will now sing. Who put the muffins in the freezer? I did. For the love of money, gotta get my money, man, feeling right down. Gotta get I could see your halo, 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 halo. I can see your halo, 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 halo.
I'm so sorry to interrupt, but that is 45 seconds, unfortunately. That does it for this time on Wild Card from MUNPR. Stay tuned for our other episodes with the other candidates for membership chair. Thank you one more time to Calli for coming on the show, and I will see you all next time.